Hello, it's Aunt Lady's Kitchen. It's Tuesday. I know I'm a few minutes late. I've got the fit right here. I call this my auntie fit, and I've got, because I'm cooking in the house, I got my shoes on and my comfortable shoes so I can walk and run up and down the stairs. I was doing it with kind of my house slippers, and I found that, sometimes I'd have last minute things I need to get, and then I would try to run up and down the stairs, and I almost fell down the stairs because, again, they did not have the grip on the bottom. So I'm like, you know what? Why not just have some indoor tennis shoes and use those? And so that's what I'm doing right now. So tonight we're going to do some odds and ends, really. I've got a Blackberry mint with flowers mocktail. Basically, it's some leftover stuff that, I needed to kind of get together and serve it this week. So before it went bad. And so that's what I decided to do. And then after that, I'm going to do some Lavash chips. Now, if you're here last week, you were here and you saw me do the pita chips. And again, and of course, for some reason, I did not have this with me, but the biscuit cutter right here, that is the key right here. Now, I know they come smaller. I've seen them smaller, but I kind of wanted bigger chips. So I had a patty melt. I had a ground turkey patty melt that was seasoning. It was amazing. But I don't have any potatoes in my house because I'm trying to kind of limit my potato intake because I do love potatoes and I do have some seasoning. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just take, maybe a 2-week break from cooking potatoes and all that other kind of stuff, but just for 2 weeks, right? Now, if I happen to be out of my house and, I'm in a restaurant and a potato just falls on my plate, well, there's nothing I can do about that, right? But I'm not going to be cooking any potatoes because, I was getting down on potatoes and I've got all these great seasonings and all of a sudden I'm like, did I eat 2 potatoes, 2 big potatoes today? What am I going on? What's going on with my life right now? So anyways, enough of that. This is the biscuit cutter. I got it off Amazon, but you can find them anywhere. Just kind of put biscuit cutter in your internet search if you're looking for that. So, last week I had my Blackberry drink as well with the white grape. We're going to use white grape again. Hello, Marvel. I hope you're doing well. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the flowers in. And I had them, and then they were gone. I was like, oh my gosh, that's part of it. Now, usually I'm like, you should measure this. And I measured this with what was left over. And I was like, okay, I think I have maybe a half a cup here. And what I did was what I always do. I cooked it down. And let me see here. I'm actually going to scoop this out. I think that's the best way to do it. Because when it comes to blueberry, blackberry stuff, anytime I try to dump it in like this, it just gets to be, it just starts splashing everywhere. So I'm just gonna kind of spoon this in here. I think I have maybe a half a cup ish of it. Let's see here, what else we got here? Go ahead and, okay. Take this over here. Okay, and I did manage to get some on my counter, so I'll just wipe that away real quick and then I'll go over that after I am done recording. So hi, keep going. Okay, I will. Let's see here, what else do I have? Okay, I've got my white grape drink here, and I got this from Hy-Vee, and there's it's the Hy-Vee brand, but I've seen this at Walmart, I've seen it at other stores, but I like the white grape because I like key lime and it has a nice little tension when you put that little pop of key lime, but sometimes you don't want tension. Hello, Laura. Sometimes you just want to have something that's kind of grapey. You know what I mean? There's a grape taste. That's kind of what you want. So we're going to go ahead. That's 1 cup. We're going to do 2 cups, and we're going to, when I do this, we're going to cautiously turn this on. Okay, so I've got this, and that's about enough because anytime I filled it to the brim, it shoots up, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to. I don't feel like having to clean off my cabinets from blackberry juice. Okay, so we've got that. Now I also have my mint. I've got these 2 mint plants because I bought a mint plant, and I was trying to buy a basil plant, but I wasn't paying attention, so I ended up with 2 mint plants. And I was like, you know what? That's fine. You can never have too much mint. So I'm gonna put a little bit more in here too. It's gonna be really minty. I don't know what to say. It will be kind of minty. Now this is a kind of drink I prefer mocktails lately, but if you wanted to put maybe a little nip, because I think I'm an auntie now, so I guess we do little nips and stuff. you wanted to do like a little nip of gin or a little nip of vodka, I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't be mad at you. It's your life. It's your choice. But I'm mainly doing mocktails these days. Let's see here. I feel like the flowers. Okay. These flowers, I know, and they're almost gone, and I'm just like, oh, what am I going to do? Where'd my flowers go? Let's see here. How much is this? This is a half a teaspoon. And I just, because these are, and again, these are edible flowers, so we're just going to go ahead and do a half a teaspoon in here to make sure. Okay. And I'm going to stir this a little bit here. I thought I'd do the drink first because, you know, anytime I've got to, you know, because I'm going to be using my panini press and it gets really hot and then I'm trying to sweat and trying to make a drink. And I'm like, you know what? Let's make things a little bit easier. Hello, Aunt Dorothy. I hope you're doing well. If you guys just joined me, what I'm doing is right now I'm making up my blackberry mint mocktail with flowers, with the edible flowers in there. And then after this, I am going to do the Lavash chips. Now, I did not make them. Those were like, I bought them from the store, and I used a biscuit cutter, a round one, right here. I used a biscuit cutter to kind of get those round shapes. And they do have smaller biscuit cutters, and I think I'm looking into maybe getting one. But for right now, I kind of like to have the chips kind of be, you know, kind of bigger. Okay, here we go. Ooh, there we go. Okay, that was kind of aggressive. So we're just going to let it kind of foam down a little bit. That's a lot of foam. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, one more. Okay, there we go. Now, if I wanted to be really fancy, I would add some whipped cream here. If it were like a daytime, let me see, where did I? Oh, here we go. If it were like, I mean like a daytime as an afternoon, not evening, I probably would throw a little bit of whipped cream in there and kind of make it more of like a dessert. Okay, already, this is kind of like already a dessert, but yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead, unplug that. Then we're just gonna kind of slowly, and it's really, this is really foamy, but that's okay. It's got a nice kind of pink color here. And again, a lot of this is like foam, and because I like blackberry seeds. I know it's crazy, but I just love them. Okay, so you see there's a lot of foam and all that. You can kind of see the flowers in there. It's going to be really yummy. And you know, I usually do try this on the air. Like I already know it's going to be yummy, but I'll confirm. Okay, really foamy down here, but that's okay. And it is yummy. I confirmed the yumminess of this drink. So I'm going to move this yummy drink away. Okay. Put this over here. Okay, I'm just like kind of slowly moving things out of the way. Doing the mise en place, because now we are going to do the Lavash chips. And let's bring this over here. So I decided to, every time I say I decided, I feel like Whitney, so I'm like, I decided long ago. Okay, sorry. I can't help myself. Let's see here. How much oil do I want to use? I think, oops, I almost shut myself in there. Let's do this. I think I'm going to do 2/3 of a cup of oil. And so basically with this oil, what I'm doing is I'm just going to kind of use it to kind of brush, kind of like lightly dip in. And I'm going to be putting on my gloves to do all that. Okay, so this is almost, okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, so this is about 2/3 of a cup. We're putting that in there, and it looks like a lot of oil, but then when you think that I've got a lot of these to kind of season, it won't seem like so much oil. Okay, I'm gonna move this off here, bring this up. Okay, now I have a lot of these, and they're thin. Like Lavash bread is pretty thin. So, hang on. Whew. Okay, here we go. So see how thin this is? This is really, really thin. I am going to be old school. So if you know, you know. I got some lemon pepper here. We're just going to lemon pepper stepper it right here. Some lemon pepper. And then I'm actually going to stir. I know, it's like I use a lot of different utensils because that's just me. But if you're the old school, like the old school people would be like, girl, just wash that spoon off, quit playing. Unless there's like meat on it or whatever. Okay, so I'm kind of dipping this in here. Just like kind of dipping it in there, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so much. But you got to keep in mind, this is actually going to be going into the panini press. And I found that with this, the thinner stuff, if it's like doesn't have any oil on it, it gets dry, and it's too like crispy for me. It just gets a little too crispy. So I'm just kind of dipping that in there. And then of course I will, once I put them on the panini press, since I've got the oil on there, after I bring them out, I will kind of season them again. And if you didn't have this kind of setup, you could just brush a little oil on them, but I'm actually going to dip this oil in there because I kind of want a certain kind of taste with there, because I have got, I know you're going to be shocked, but I made some carrot salsa. Now what's in carrot salsa? Because I know you're like, what? That's a little too vegan for me. But so basically what I did was I went and I sauteed some carrots, and I put garlic in there, because again, carrots and garlic, that's a punch. And then I also had, because basically it was kind of like a fridge clean out situation. I have some mushrooms in there. I've got some shallots in there. I've got some red peppers in there. I've got some green onions in there, because again, it's the fridge clean out, and I got to get rid of some of this stuff. So that's what I have. See? And we still have, some of the oil is left over, but that's okay, because I can use that for something else, for like a dipping thing, because I had a ground turkey patty melt, but you know, because I'm not doing potatoes in my house right now, I didn't really have a side. I was like, I'm going to save this side for the pita, not the pita chips, but the Lavash chips. Okay, so now I've got these here, and I'm just going to pat these a little bit, maybe like a little, just like a little, just going to take. Okay, now these are really thin. Keep in mind, this is very, very thin. Okay. Okay, let's get this on here. Just want to kind of move this stuff out of the way. Move this off of the table completely. Okay, here we go. Now this is on. Okay, I hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. The weather, if you're in the Kansas City area or in the Midwest in general, it has been raining. Like, you just think, you're like, hey, is it going to keep raining? And then you're like, no, it's over. But is it really over? And then you find out, no, it's not. Like, it rained up here, up north for like an hour, and then it stopped raining. It was kind of like, it was one of those rains where the weather was like, you know what? I'm getting my money's worth. It was one of those rains. I'm like, so now you're just raining just to be spiteful? I mean, what the heck? So let's see here. Okay. I'll put these down here. And this is not going to take that long. If you've got a lot of these things, this panini press, especially if you've been using other things before you do the chips. Let's say I would have done the patty melt first. I already like made the patty melt. Then I would put these on for a shorter amount of time. So we can kind of hear it sizzling. Sizzle, sizzle. Sizzle, sizzle. And let's see. Let's get a plate. I'm back. Let's get a plate to put these on. Okay, what we got? Okay, not quite yet. Okay, just a little bit. You guys can't smell it, but it smells so good in here. Okay, what do we got? Let's see, I want to see how crispy these are. Not quite. Not quite. And again, I think the reason why it's taking a little bit longer is because I put 9 down, but I wanted to do that because I felt like if I put 4 down, it was just they were gonna cook too quickly. So we did not want that. So yeah, then I went, and I'll kind of give you like a little brief glimpse of the carrot salsa right here. So basically it's salsa with carrot. So it kind of has that same tomato thing. And I also did put some sun-dried tomatoes in there as well. And I can hear it crackling. So, okay, there we go. This is kind of what I was kind of going for. Okay, let's get this off here. Okay. Ooh. Okay, and you got to move quick. Now, this one isn't quite done, but that's okay. This one is. It's got the crackle there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this off of here. These two are not quite done, so put these down. So right here, you can see, and again, I will take pictures. See those ridges right here? Like, they've got ridges. It's almost like having, you know, those ruffles have ridges, things, whatever. It's like having like those kind of potato chips. Now, this is a little more brown than I want, but that's okay. I'll make it work. And in those cases, all you do is instead of like dipping them in salsa, you just bring the salsa here. Just put it like right up on here. So that's what I do. Anytime I have some kind of mishap like that, I just load a chip down with some really yummy ingredients and heavy ingredients, and I just crunch. That's what I do. That's like my coping mechanism. Okay, well, these, whew. Okay, right here. This is like got a nice one right here. Okay, now we're gonna do the rest of them. Okay, now this is really hot now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of these down, and I will not probably have to put, let's see here. I probably won't have to put this down for as long. Ooh, you can hear it. It's just like snap, crackle, pop here. Here we go. Okay, now apply just a little bit. Because if we don't give it enough crisp, it'll just be like really kind of wimpy. Okay. Okay, I think this is enough crisp. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this. Because unfortunately, this thing does not have settings. So because I got I think I got like the $40 one. I think I had to like upgrade to get I think I had to upgrade to like the $70 or $80 one to get the settings. Okay, let's see here. Ooh. Okay, now I've got these right here. And this one, I'm going to take that off. We're going to put that one to the side. Okay. This one looks like it is fused together. So now what we're going to do is throw this away. Get that out of the way. And now we're going to do kind of like, I don't want to call it a trick, but it's like a method that I saw when I was kind of watching YouTube. And I don't know if I did this on camera with rice, but basically what I'm doing is I have got like a little ramekin flipped over because that's going to kind of be the guidance for me. So I'm going to kind of put this, because I was always trying to figure out how are these people knowing and being able to, hello, Jake, I hope you're doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. How are these people able to figure out like the guidance for where to put, you know, whatever it is that, you know, like they're plating? Because I was thinking, I'm like, man, I'm just not picking it up. And I was trying all these different ways. And then I just started watching YouTube videos late at night. I was like, wait a minute. I don't think it's magic. I don't think that they're magicians, although some of them are. Some of their plating, it's just magical. So right here. And again, you know what these are also good for? With that biscuit cutter, I would also make little round circles for waffles. That would be really great to do that. And then you kind of put maybe some, like a compote or some kind of jelly or some kind of syrup, like a little waffle bar. That'd be cool. Also, obviously for potatoes as well. So we just kind of flip this over, just like that. Just like that. So see, I got it like that. And you're like, wait, but that's so easy. You could have done that. But I'm taking this away. And then I'm adding the carrot salsa in the middle, just like that. Just like that, right here. And I know there are people that are looking at me like, girl, that is so easy to eyeball and just kind of put the things around there, but not for me, because my stuff was really lopsided. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. Okay. Just like that. And me see here. What else could I add to this? Because you know what? I'm always in my mind. I have cooked this meal 1,000 times. These leftovers, in my mind, I've done it 1,000 times. But in reality, it's like, I'm like, you know what? I could do that. That'll be easy. And I know, again, the spirits of all of my aunties and grandmothers are like, girl, you're using how many pieces of silverware are you going to use? And I'm going to tell them very respectfully, whatever it takes, auntie, whatever it takes, grandma. Okay, see this right here? Now these are feta crumbles. And I had forgotten all about those until I was craving something. I'm like, God, I'm craving something with feta. And I was like, man, I'm really craving this feta thing. So I'm going to put on top some, this would be a really good time. Well, let me see here. Let me see what I have. Italian seasoning. I'm going to go ahead. I was going to put parsley on top for the, the green part of it, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just do some chopped chives. I feel like the chives and the carrots, it's going to be amazing. Okay, so there you go. It's right here. I got my chips around there. I got like my carrot salsa and with the feta crumble on top and the chips. So we're gonna try this. Let's see here. You know what? Let's try one of these chips. I'll break this in half and try it. Just like a little bit. And I'll fix it in post, okay? This is really good. And this is really, really good. I'm telling you, carrots with the garlic, the mushrooms, the sun-dried tomatoes. I also had a lemon and lime in there when I sauteed them. The green onions, the red peppers, the shallots, all working together. And carrots being the main thing is great because, sometimes tomatoes, they shoot up in price, right? When you're doing a regular salsa. Oh, also I put chili powder in here as well. They shoot up, like the price shoots up. Tomatoes, you just don't know. It's a very volatile thing. But carrots, for the most part, fingers crossed, carrots stay the same. So you kind of like, it's all about consistency, the texture, the seasoning, and you can kind of like, skate through as long as you season it well. That's the key. Otherwise, carrots can like, if you don't get the texture right, you don't get the seasoning right, carrots can be very sad. Okay, unless you're doing like the raw, kind of like cut raw carrots thing, they can be very sad, very sad. But they can also be happy, and you can add some feta like I did, a little bit of chives, and there you go. And I use these like with the leftover lavash bread I had. I used the biscuit cutter, turned them into rounds. And now I have got my Blackberry mint drinks with flowers. So it's going to be a really good night for me. So all I have to do now is remember to take pictures of this before I drink and eat it all. And on that note, you guys can find me on AuntLanie'sKitchen.com. I'm also on the Tickety Talkety, the Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook under Aunt Lanie's Kitchen. And I've got a blog and I've got a podcast. So yes, thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. And I've got some changes coming. I'm going to try to I want to learn how to make some new things, but I want to make sure, because again, with the food prices going up and up and up, I just want to be kind of like respectful to the demographic of people that watch, and also respectful to my own food budget. Okay. I don't want to be up here making it rain in the butcher shop. I mean, I do, but I feel like this is just not the climate to be doing so. So you know what? I'll keep I can't talk. I'll keep cooking with turkey. I'll keep cooking with like carrots. I'll be doing all kinds of stuff with carrots. You'll be so sick of carrots, but you will be excited for carrots at the same time when you really see all the things they can do. Because for me, carrots were like, for the longest time, carrot sticks and like things that I put in salad, like that kind of thing. But doing the chutneys and the salsas and like all kinds of things with them, I'm like, man, there's a whole new world with carrots that I'm excited to keep exploring. I'm also thinking about like a carrot gazpacho thing going on. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I am going to do that. If I slap Midwestern on in front of anything, then that just kind of like, you know, lets people know it is not the authentic recipe. It's the Midwestern version without raisins. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.